Hello YouTubers, this is Cessna Ace back again with another video. Last week I received in the mail a package containing a homebrew game. About time I did another video game related video, especially considering this channel started off as strictly devoted to video games. But I have a lot of interests, and so over time I've started covering other things. So I want to thank those of you out there who have stuck with my channel, even though you may not have an interest in Laserdisc, or you may not have an interest in my DVD ads, or what have you. Now, you might be wondering, well, what platform did I get a homebrew game for? Well, in the past, I've bought a number for the Atari 2600. Not hard to explain. There are a ton of them out there for the 2600, as the homebrew community for the 2600 was probably the first one that got started, and it's huge. The community is huge. So there are a lot of homebrews that have come out over the years for the 2600. The ones I have, I bought from Atari Age. Now, I have some homebrews for the Atari 7800, which I also got from Atari Age. If it's an Atari platform, chances are they carry homebrews for that platform, and that includes all of their various computer systems. And the 5200. I don't have a 5200, so I haven't messed with those. I have a lot of homebrews for the NES. The homebrewing community for the NES is huge also. So there are a lot of homebrews out there in cartridge form for the NES. Some are on recycled cartridges. Others are on brand new cartridges. I tend to buy the ones that are on the brand new cartridges whenever I can, because those are really cool. They come in different colors. I also have at least 3 homebrews for the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive / Sega CD / Mega CD. I had to say that because one of the Genesis Mega Drive homebrews that I have, one of the optional packages contained a enhancement disc that works with any CD-ROM drive for the Sega CD or Mega CD. If you insert the game cartridge without inserting a disc, then it just plays the game off the cartridge. If you insert the disc and start the game, the cartridge detects the disc and uses the disc to enhance the graphics and the sound, which is really, really cool. And I don't know why publishers didn't do that back in the day, but it's a cool idea, and it's a cool game. I have a number of homebrews for the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast is another console that has a very active homebrew community. And in fact, the last couple that I bought was from a company in Germany. I think they're called Red Spot Games. Theirs are very professionally done, very professionally packaged. They can pass for a original release. The only difference is, instead of on GD-ROMs, they're on CD-ROMs. Any Dreamcast will play a Dreamcast game in CD-ROM mode, except those made for the Japanese market from 2000 onward. This is because pirating of software became such a problem for Sega that they disabled the CD-ROM mode for the Japanese version. But all the other countries that got the Dreamcast, you don't have to worry about that. They will play CD-ROMs. In fact, my Dreamcast has less of a problem reading games that are on CD-ROMs than on GD-ROMs. There are some Dreamcasts and some games on GD-ROM that just don't like each other, which is a pain. You might be asking, okay, well, what platform did you get a homebrew for? Well, there are a lot of homebrews out there for this platform, but this is the first homebrew for this platform that I have added to my collection. The platform in question is the Atari Lynx. Now, a lot of people mistakenly refer to this as the world's largest handheld, and it's not. Atari never billed it as a handheld. They called it a portable. And at the time that this came out, not only was this the most powerful portable on the market, it was one of the most powerful platforms, period. Handheld, portable, console, whatever. Except for maybe high-end PCs. But other than that, this was more powerful and way ahead of its time. This particular packaging bundle includes checkered flag. Now, if you're familiar with checkered flag for the Jaguar, checkered flag for the Lynx is a completely different game. For one thing, it uses sprites. Checkered flag for the Jaguar is horrible. Checkered flag for the Lynx is a really good game. This is the Model 2. Designed for everyone, anywhere, anytime. Atari Lynx, the world's first portable color and entertainment system. Lynx's 16-bit graphics engine provides outstanding color, dramatic graphics, fast action, and exceptional depth of gameplay. Its 32-bit audio processor creates realistic sound for maximum enjoyment. Now, as I believe I've mentioned, what I have is the Model 2, which I bought years ago off of someone on eBay. Ever since I bought this, the screen has been wonky. By wonky, I mean one of the features of the Lynx is that you can turn off the backlight. Yes, it has a backlight. Well, if I turn off the backlight, the screen goes totally dark. I can't see a thing. So I have to turn the backlight on, and then I have to adjust the thumb wheel for brightness and find a sweet spot. Once I find the sweet spot, I can see it just fine. The other thumb wheel is for volume, which works for both the headphone jack and the built-in speakers. This thing pumps out a lot of volume. It is loud. Same goes for the headphone jack. Now on the Model 1, the headphone jack was wired for mono sound, but the Model 2 is wired for stereo sound. Also, you have your Lynx jack there, where you can link up several Lynxes together for multiplayer. And the power adapter plug. I don't have the original. I have what came with this when I bought it, and that's a universal power adapter. Now, one of the neat features of the Lynx, if you look at it, you'll say, well, it's configured for people who are right-handed. Well, there is a button here labeled flip. No, that's not to flip anybody off or anything. You hit that, and what it does is it turns the picture upside down, or flips it upside down. Then you take the Lynx and you flip it upside down. Now the main controls are on the opposite side for lefties, which is way ahead of its time. And some games, I have one of them, I just wish I could remember what the name of it is. It's one of my favorite puzzle games too. Clax. Clax. I have Clax for every system that it came out for, just about. That one, the screen can be configured to where it's used this way, so that you have more time to react to the blocks that are coming at you, because it's angled, and so there's more space. I've been playing Clax ever since the arcades, and then I got Clax for the Genesis, and I got Clax for, well, the Lynx and everything else I can get my hands on for. It's a really good game. The other two puzzle games that I have to have whenever I come across it for a different platform are Columns and Tetris. Columns, Tetris, and Clax are the three classic puzzle games in video gaming history. So anyway, there's that. But what did I get? Well, there are more than one company, or there is more than one company, that makes homebrews for the Lynx. This particular company also produces homebrews for other platforms. In the past, I've ordered 2 homebrews from them for the Genesis / Mega Drive. The company is Super Fighter Team, and the game is Zaku. Now, the thing about Super Fighter Team is their packaging easily passes for what was used back in the day. The way Super Fighter Team got its name is rather interesting. The guy that founded Super Fighter Team was a big fan of a Taiwanese PC game called Super Fighter. And he put up a web page devoted to Super Fighter. And it became very popular with fans of that game. Then the website got translated into Chinese, and then the Chinese owners of Super Fighter were so impressed by his dedication and devotion to that game, they sold it to him outright. And its Super Fighter Team was born as he polished it up, took out all the bugs, and released it. That version is on a disk that's compatible with Windows, DOS, Linux, and I believe the Mac. But anyway, really cool. They have had 3 homebrews for the Genesis. I have 2 of them. Beggar Prince is nearly impossible to find at a decent price. Even though they released it 4 times, I've contacted the owner of Super Fighter Team. He returns emails if your emails are polite and to the point. Keyword being polite. But anyway, I asked him if he planned on re-releasing Beggar Prince, and he said no. It already had 4 releases. It's had one of the largest runs for any homebrew game already. So if you run across a copy of Beggar Prince, and you've already got Beggar Prince, I'm looking for Beggar Prince at a decent price. The keyword's there, being decent price. Now, in keeping with standard Atari practice of the time, the description of the game is in both English and French on the back. After stealing a powerful game development tool known as Rarity 9, Captain Brand threatens to flood the markets of the world with his questionable quality software. But in all his plump luxury, he has forgotten about one person, Zaku. Well, this is the cool part. Help her. How often do you run across a game where the hero can be a girl? It took years for that to start happening. Help her soar to new heights and take the world by low coastal fog through 16 beautiful stages filled with lightning fast action and some of the most zany enemies you've ever seen. I haven't tried this yet, but I did find a play video for it on YouTube, so I'm going to put a link down there. Links down there. The thing about Super Fighter Team is their packaging and so forth is always first rate. There's the manual that is in both English and French. It's in color even. I'm not going to show you every page, just enough to give you a basic idea. Notice they have pictured a Model 2 there. Now, I can't remember if I said it, but with the Model 1, you had to get the cards in and out of the side, and you had to take a piece off, and it was hard to get the cards in and out. For one thing, originally the cards did not have a lip on them, but with the Model 2, that's all you do. This game, by the way, is one of the ones that came bundled with it. Pinball Jam. If you like pinball games and you like Elvira, Princess of the Darkness, or whatever she goes by, then this game is for you. Guess what I should do. Capacity for an original release is my point. Now, I can't remember if I said it. I dropped the game. I'll pick it up in a minute. But I'm getting another homebrew for the Dreamcast as soon as it comes out. Until next time, stay awesome. Huge. The community is huge. So there are a lot of homebrews that have come out over the years for the 2600. The ones I have, I bought from Atari Age. Now, I have some homebrews for the Atari 7800, which I also got from Atari Age. If it's an Atari platform, chances are they carry homebrews for that platform, and that includes all of their various computer systems. And the 5200. I don't have a 5200, so I haven't messed with those. I have a lot of homebrews for the NES. The homebrewing community for the NES is huge also. So there are a lot of homebrews out there in cartridge form for the NES. Some are on recycled cartridges. Others are on brand new cartridges. I tend to buy the ones that are on the brand new cartridges whenever I can, because those are really cool. They come in different colors. I also have at least 3 homebrews for the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive / Sega CD / Mega CD. I had to say that because one of the Genesis Mega Drive homebrews that I have, one of the optional packages contained a enhancement disc. Or you may not have interest in my DVD ads or what have you. Now, you might be wondering, well, what platform did I get a homebrew game for? Well, in the past, I've bought a number for the Atari 2600. Not hard to explain. There are a ton of them out there for the 2600, as the homebrew community for the 2600 was probably the first one that got started, and it's huge. Hello YouTubers, this is Cessna Ace back again with another video. Last week I received in the mail a package containing a homebrew game. About time I did another video game related video, especially considering this channel started off as strictly devoted to video games. But I have a lot of interests, and so over time I've started covering other things. So I want to thank those of you out there who have stuck with my channel, even though you may not have an interest in Laserdisc